But first, let's check in with Matthew Moore at the news desk.
Thanks, Guy and Alistair. The federal government may be phasing out coal production in the country, but Nova Scotia is exempt, for now. At an announcement here at the Waterfront campus, Environment Minister Catherine McKenna said the production of coal-fired electricity will end by 2030. But an agreement with Nova Scotia means the province can keep producing coal beyond that deadline, as long as it lowers CO2 levels by other means.
So the issue that the equivalence agreement is there to allow us to transition off of coal and not dead set on 2030. It in no way indicates that we'll be burning coal well into the future.
The agreement requires Nova Scotia to lower CO2 emissions by 4.5 megatons, but it can do so by adopting renewable energy like wind and solar. Nova Scotia has 4 coal-fired plants. There is no timetable for when they will have to close. This year, the province is exploring the rights and freedoms of a very specific group of Nova Scotians. Nick Maloney is standing by with the story. Nick?
Thanks, Matthew. This past June, the Nova Scotia Supreme Court decided that the Incompetent Persons Act someone with an intellectual disability. Back to you, Matthew.
Thanks, Nick. The flu is moving east, and it's moving fast, according to health authorities. The flu is going full tilt in many cities through central Canada, causing a rush for us in eastern Canada to get protected. Pharmacies and clinics are encouraging people to get their flu shot as soon as possible.
You essentially can just walk into a pharmacy and say, I'm here to get the flu shot. And so the convenience factor has made it easier for people to get the flu shot. And so we're starting to see the numbers slowly go up.
Health officials expect the flu to hit us hardest around the holidays. And according to Health Canada, 145 new cases of the flu were reported last week, with H3N2 being the most common type. There was a regional Lego competition held at the NSCC Akerley campus in Dartmouth this past week. Competitors had to do a presentation and also navigate their robots through a series of challenges and obstacles. The competitors are between the ages of 9 and 14, all competing for a chance to take part in provincials at Acadia and Wolfville. The robots must complete tasks on the board within 2 minutes. The robots have to operate with no remote controls, but are rather programmed to move with the help of a computer. The goal is to help kids with critical thinking skills and to develop their interest in the science, technology, engineering, and math fields. Pit Team 7 from Ombre Academy assured me that it's all rather quite simple.
We test, like we make one block, see if that's far enough. If it's not, we adjust it, and then we just build off those.
Yeah, the programming language is special so that the robot can understand it, and also it's written in a way so that it's not as complicated for us. So it's easier for us to run and see what's correct, what's not correct, and it's pretty easy, honestly.
That team from Ombre Academy actually won, and they will compete for provincials. They're hoping to make their way to the World Finals in St. Louis, Missouri next spring. Now, almost a year has passed since our classmates in the radio, television, and journalism program first brought the issue of land title in North Preston to the attention of people across the province and the country as well. Their work showed that due to racist policies used 200 years ago when land was first given to black settlers, many people today still do not have legal title to their land. That means they can't sell it or pass it down to their children. This year, we will have answers from the government and also update people from within the community.
No. We'll go to sleep thinking about the same thing, waking up thinking about the same thing. Just asking God to open a way for you to have your own land back and have it in paper to say it's ours.
And this time, the government ministers responsible for the issue sat down with us and spoke very frankly about the many challenges they face solving this injustice.
You know, unfortunately, government sometimes is slow to respond because of the internal processes that are involved. And I actually do have files, land files, that are not related to this. They're going back several decades.
Watch for our news stories on WTV's social media sites and on our website, northprestonland.ca. That's coming soon. That's all for the news this week. Back to you, Sky and Alistair.